Howdy y'all, Dean Stilley here from the official home, unofficial Grateful Dead and music news, reporting on night 12 of Dead & Company summer tour. And, following the Werewolves jam, the encore, the first memory that came to mind was landed in San Francisco airport on 10/26/91, and we got to our rent-a-car and we turned on the radio, and the first thing we heard is that Bill Graham had been killed in a helicopter crash. And it was a heavy moment. We just flew in from New York, and we're wondering if the show's gonna go on, what's gonna happen. Not good. Anyway, it wasn't long before they announced the shows are going on. We walk into, the weight of the psychedelic San Francisco music world was just resting squarely on the shoulders of the Grateful Dead. And you walk into Oakland Coliseum that night, and the air was thick, and it was an energy that was unlike what you become accustomed to at Grateful Dead shows. And there was a heaviness about it. And boy, they came out on 10/27. They lifted it in a hurry. They opened up with Sugar Mag, Sugary, and I mean that's some music that you want to listen to if you're new to the music. 10/27/91. One of my personal favorite Altheas, the China Rider that night, is probably the best China Rider of the 90s. That one, the Transition Jam, Phil just killing it. I mean, listen to Phil throughout those Transition Jams and into the Rider, and he's thumping it. He's hitting it hard, and the whole show. Then 10/31/91, another one that's just you gotta hear, and if you haven't, that's one that a lot of us listen to plenty, and that's Kesey's rap, the poem by E.E. Cummings, that Buffalo Bill is defunct, and that's right there during a super intense Dark Star jam. And boy, that's a show to listen to. 10/27/91 and 10/31/91 they spend a lot of time in my regular rotation, so check those out. If you're new to the music, you'll be glad you did. Let's get on to tonight's action in Darien Lake. So the band takes the stage, and I'm nervous from the get-go because nothing on Kreutzmann's knowledge box at all. He's all natural. And I'm worried because there's a theory that's got a lot of evidence behind it, and I'm going to tell you early. I saw a lot of you chattering online, but I'm going to tell you the theory still holds. So you may get a good show when Bill doesn't have his hat on, but you're not getting spun the fuck out, that's for sure. You might get a good one, but you probably won't get a great one, and you're definitely not getting totally spun out. So anyway, it's probably 200 degrees, and they open with Cold Rain and Snow. So there you go. It's just fine. The jams were found interesting places. They were strong where they're supposed to be strong, and Tennessee Jed's next, and that one's much the same. There's ample opportunities for people to show off in that song, and Jeff and John showed off just fine. And Dire Wolf's next. I guess maybe there's a wolf theme or something like that for the night. So you get Dire Wolf next, and Weirs, he's busting out some new tunes, and we're getting some tour debuts. So first this summer we started with Easy Answers, and then Karina, and now Queen Jane. So when Queen Jane started, I gave both of my kids a bath, I made a sandwich, and then I got back to the stream for the last 3 verses. That song will cure insomnia. It went on forever at that pace, and that's all I'm going to say about that. We get If I Had the World to Give next, and O'Teal was great on that. It was a slow segment of the show. We get another Weir's I guess he's feeling frisky. We get Little Red Rooster. There's another tour debut you get, and it gives him an ample opportunity to show everybody he still can't play slide guitar for shit. And I'm sure that everybody was just thrilled as could be to hear Little Red Rooster. And the strongest point of the first set was Let It Grow. Let It Grow was was good. Let It Grow was hot. There was some segments in it. They just went straight jazz at one point. I mean, it just... they found some really cool places to go with Let It Grow, and those jams were dynamite, and that was definitely the high point of that first set. So during intermission, everybody just sweat a lot and hugged each other while they were wet, and it was uncomfortable and awkward. So we get started. There we go. Iko gets started. They kick it off. Weir starts singing before we really get much music, and we start getting Iko. And to the best of my memory, he didn't. The girl was dressed in a lot of shit, but not orange tonight. So no orange tonight. I don't know. Maybe he was afraid he'd say Chuck Norris. But the girl was dressed in every color but orange, to the best of my memory. But Iko was fun. You get Dark Star next, and Dark Star is great for people that like jams to be long and psychedelic and groovy. And so I guess it was all those things. Truckin' rolled out of Dark Star, and that packed some little bit of a punch, and it wound itself up at the end. It unwound into Smokestack. And there's a Weird. Just I guess he's playing a bunch of new stuff tonight on this tour. We get Smokestack, and we always love when you get an extra Weird tune at the end of Truckin', whether it was Spoonful or Smokestack. You always like when he gives you a little something extra at the end of that. Right back into the Dark Star. The transitions between those things were very smooth. And then you get Deal, and Deal was fun. The jams were strong in Deal. At one point, Mayer was doing calisthenics. He was exercising at one point. He was dressed like an exercise teacher, and I mean, out there like he's teaching gym class. And at one point during Deal, he was doing calisthenics, I think. So anyway, if the music's making you get some exercise and you're out there doing calisthenics, that's a good time. So who's going to hate on him for that? Drums, Mickey right on the beam. O'Teal's playing some cans, and some fun stuff happening there. And space, some cool sounds. And out of space you get the Wharf Rat. I thought the Wharf Rat was better than the prior one. I think the harmonies were much improved through most of it. Until they got to Flying Away, and those Flying Away harmonies, they got away from them a little bit. But anyway, the jams were good throughout, strong solos throughout, and jammed it out good. And when John went for the silver guitar, you kind of know right away what you're getting. Casey Jones was scratched off the list in Citi Field, and so that's still there in the rotation waiting to come out. And when John straps on the silver guitar, that's pretty much a sign of things to come. And Casey Jones closes out the show in a fun way, strong. That's just fine. And then the encore, you get Werewolves, and I guess we're gonna like to get a Werewolves encore. That's a new one for this tour, and that's fun too. So they're playing a bunch of new tunes. You get a show that's good. For some people, maybe great, but not for me. But a good show. You can get a good show when Bill's not wearing the hat. You're not going to get spun out. You're not going to get completely spun out. You get a good show. That's about it. So the theory still holds. Some of you thought the theory was dead after tonight. I don't think so. The theory still holds. See you soon. Love you.